Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cindy, and in today's video I'll be talking about my experience going to the best reviewed facial place in Seoul, South Korea. Yes, I'm not actually in Seoul anymore. I came back home. This is day 3 after facial and I'm not wearing any makeup right now so that you guys can see, or I can kind of explain to you guys a little bit about the facial that I did. So a little bit of background about my skin. I've always had a lot of acne growing up. My face has been really oily and still is pretty oily. I've done a couple treatments in the past, such as like CO2 fractional laser, or I've also done vampire facial before, and other like typical oily acne prone skin facials, and those have been pretty helpful in the past. And I think that sometimes those facials actually help me to reduce the oil production in my skin, and I can actually see when I did those type of facials, I can actually feel the amount of oil kind of like reducing. Again, with facial, sometimes you have to be like super high maintenance about it, and you have to like keep going so that you can see results. So the facial that I did was at this pretty high-end company, so they actually make their own products that they sell to the mass market. So prior to going to this facial place, I actually heard a lot of really good reviews from my older sister and our friends that your skin actually glows after this facial, and your skin has like that choke glass skin that all the current beauty standards enter for like skincare now, especially in the skincare world. I actually did not expect much because I am breaking out right now, and I've been breaking out for the past couple weeks. I just want to say that every skin is different, and if you're deciding to go to this facial, I think that you should take into account of really like what you're looking to get, because it is a pretty pricey facial, and I'll get into that later. But I think that if you don't have like big acne like me, or you just want to perfect it, or you want a little pamper session, I think that this facial would be like a really great option if you're visiting Seoul. 2 weeks prior, when I was still back home, so like literally a week before flying to Seoul, I emailed them and asked if they have an appointment open for the time that I wanted to go. So the facial place was actually located in a really fancy area, and I can tell like everyone's rich there by their cars. The facial place is not like huge, they were like kind of tiny, but everything was like gold, you know what I mean? I went in there, and then the lady, or I would assume that's the manager, greeted me and told me to put off my shoes and put in a locker and switch into their like home shoes like you would see in the hotels. So I did, and then I sat down. The same lady approached me because I was sitting on the couch, and she was like, oh, what kind of facial are you here for? She kind of like observe your skin. Like, I would say this is pretty judgy, but I guess that's what they have to do from like a kind of far distance. She was like telling me that because I have a more acne prone skin, she would recommend so there was S Energy, which is like the most standard one, and then I don't remember what's like the one middle, and there's S Power. Let's just say that there's S Energy and S Power, and for the S Energy it was like 130,000 won, which is 130 US dollars, and for the S Power was 220,000 Korean won, which is $220. So she recommended that I would do the S Power because I am more prone to acne, and that one comes with spirulina mask, or there's just more masks involved in this type of facial experience. That's why she would recommend that one. Since I'm just checking out and I don't really like find the need to spend an extra $100, so I decided to opt in the basic facial. So they serve like ginger tea, I think, and some infused type of fancy water. So that was nice, and we changed, and cute, oh my god. And after a little bit, I was escorted to my room, which is sharing with other people, but it was fine. So when I was like filming, there's actually the facial ladies who are assigned to help you know, do the facial on your face. And I was asked to lay down, and then I was like trying to film this whole experience for you guys, but the manager came in the room and told me that I could not film. So I was like, this is like a vlog. I obviously want to share this experience with you guys, and I have a lot of friends who have done this facial before, and they were able to just Insta story the whole thing. And the manager was telling me that it's because they use a special type of technique and they can't have it like published online. I was like, so I lay down on the bed, and I'm trying to remember everything before I forget, because I'm literally a Dory. I can forget everything really fast. So while this is like still kind of fresh to me, I can still try to recall what actually happened in that room. So I went and laid down, and then the lady like immersed her hand. Let's call her spa lady. So the lady immersed her hand with this like aroma essentials, and she just started like going in and then kind of like going down so that I can absorb all the aromatherapy and feel more relaxed. I did mention that I had a little bit of concealer, so I think she cleaned that part first, and then she applied some toner, and then this toner felt kind of like basic, I think. So after toner, they used this mask, and this mask was like green, like really light green color. It reminds me of clay mask actually, that is like, I don't know, but the mask wasn't like drying or anything. It was just like a mask, like a typical OG mask when CVS just announced that they have masks for you to buy. It's like that type of mask. And then while the mask was being applied, there's this other lady who came into the room and then started opening the blanket, and she like shoved my foot into this like massage rolling thing like this. I was like, what is this? I've never experienced this before. I've gone to a lot of massage places, but I've never had this done to me before, and I was like, that's definitely why the facial is like a lot more expensive than a typical facial. I would say like it's a massage sock. The lower leg, yeah, they massage your lower leg area for like 30 minutes, and I mean, I wouldn't lie, it was pretty nice while the mask was drying. And while the mask was drying, my facial lady also gave me like a little massage on the shoulder, on the neck. It was pretty nice. 30 minutes later, when the mask was like ready to be removed, she applied the S Energy Toner and then let it dry. But she pulled out this like machine that looks like that Pokemon, like, you know, the underwater Pokemon with the antennas and like the X eyes, like, you know what I'm talking about. She pulls out that kind of machine that is apparently an iron type of machine, and she just she has like a little bowl of water on the side of like my pillow while she was using that knitting like machine to like go over my face. She was just like after this toner process, she was going on there for like 15 minutes, I would say. And then after that iron machine was done, she pulled out this thing that's like an extractor, but it was not an extractor. So it was so cool. It looks like a blackhead extractor without the hole, you know. So she used that extractor to just like go over my nose area. So it was actually an extractor for blackhead. I think they're the only company that has it, like, that I've known of so far. Anyways, that extracting tool that she did on my nose like did not hurt at all. It was actually like pretty nice because they just felt like kind of metally and cool on the nose. And after she was done, apparently that little bowl was to like deposit all my gunk and like my blackheads into that little bowl. So she was doing that. She was like trying to go over and like transfer it to the bowl. And then when she was done, she showed me this bowl.
Wow. Whoa. Oh, sebo and
Blackhead.
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 Oh.
Really cool to see all my blackheads removed. I don't know if you guys can see now, but this is what my nose looks like. There's still no blackheads. I think that's a good sign. So after they extracted all the blackhead, they pulled out the star of the show. It was these golden mask. I don't know why it took so long for me to say. So it was the golden mask. This is the golden mask. So this is the golden mask, and this is like probably the main reason why a lot of the foreigners come to this facial. This is the only part of the facial experience that I was allowed to record. So obviously I recorded this, and if you guys can see, I don't know, they used a pretty decent like way of applying the mask. I don't see what's so special about this whole technique. This whole experience so far, when they applied all the things onto my face, it feels pretty basic. It feels like a typical facial place that I've gone to. I don't know why it's so restricted for me to share on it on the internet, but I respect that. They applied this golden elixir onto my face, and I guess I was just waiting for it to dry, because it is like one of those rubber peel off mask. And while we were waiting for the mask to dry, the lady just left me alone there, and I was just like taking selfies. Anyways, shameless plug, follow my Instagram. So the mask dries off, but the whole time that I was in that room, the lady was really nice, and we like talked a lot. And even though her English was limited, she was really friendly, and I tried to like ask her stuff, and I asked her if she could teach me Korean, so that was nice too. But she was really intrigued that I'm from Indonesia. I guess there's not a lot of like clients from Indonesia. The mask dries down, it like comes off at this like really cool peel off. But honestly, I've had like dollar golden masks too. So when the mask was done, she put on this moisturizer, and it was the S Energy moisturizer, of course. And the moisturizer, after the moisturizer, I think that was it. And yeah, I don't remember if she did massage me again or not, because there was a lot of massage actions going on during this whole like an hour 20 minutes of this massage thing that was happening. Wait, I forgot to mention, after the facial experience, I do feel like some of the acne that are like very much like clogged inside for years are submerging out. So I guess I did experience purging after this, because I got like really tiny acne. Like it was like super tiny. Like I got some acne on my nose that I already used an acne patch, and it's gone now. I had some acne here, and this, like I've never had acne around my nose for sure, and I have acne here. So I don't know if this is like from the traveling or it's just because of this facial, so really not sure. But this is what my skin looks like. I don't know if this is like even worth showing, because it's pretty zitty still, but I'm still working on it. And I use Mario Badescu, and I just stick to like the basic things. I think the simpler type of products that you stick to, I think your skin will appreciate it better than just using like 30 different skincare products, you know. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you're going to Korea, or I don't know, if you're interested to do this type of facials and you want that like glowing skin, I think it was really expensive for me, and I would not do it again, to be honest. Yeah, even my vampire facial costed like 30 bucks. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post like pretty often recently, so please like check it out, and go follow me on Instagram if you haven't already too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.